What's up, guys? It's Sunday. The weekend is finally here for me. Don't have a whole lot of time to work on the project this weekend, and as you can tell, the garage is a complete war zone. But we have a lathe now. I'm doing the break-in on it. You have to let it run for 10 minutes on each speed, and then I got to change the oil in it. But I'm gonna try to figure out these hubs today. These are CRX hubs. They I can't get them to fit on the wagon axles. They slide on and then just catch. But I have like an idea of what I think I can do with those. And I also ordered some 5-lug CRV axles as a backup in case I can't get these to work. But they're not here yet. I did a little remodeling. There used to be a bunch of crap right here. I moved the belt sander and the drill press and stuff over here, and then I built a little stand for the lathe. I'll stick a couple little clips in, me attempting to do that. If anybody's new, for those of you that are new, this is what we're working on. Please disregard the mess. It's not normally messy like this. But go back and check out some of the earlier videos, you know, to see what's going on with it. When we started this car, it drove in here under its own power, so that was a couple of months ago. But anyway, I'm gonna break this thing in, finish breaking this lathe in, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what I did here was, I'll show you guys some video, but what I did here was I cut, this is a shorter Wagovan axle. I ordered another longer one. I found one, a guy internationally shipping it to me. The Wagovan's rear axles, one of them's longer than the other one. And since the wheelbase is wider on like EKs and stuff like that, well, like the car that I'm using, you want to try to use 2 longer axles, or I wanted to try to use 2 longer axles to keep the diff centered in the car. That's just me being OCD. I don't think it really matters too much. But anyway, I pulled both axles from the donor car I found in the junkyard, and this is the shorter one. So what I did was I cut the end off and then cut notches in it to make a broach out of it. I did some researching on manufacturing and how they actually cut splines, internal splines, and this is one way to do it, is with a broach. Obviously I can't tool a broach. I had to cut the splines with a grinder because this is hardened steel and I don't have tooling for the lathe to cut hardened steel. But I think it's gonna work. I broached it twice with it, and I'm going to do it one more time. Let me find the other hub here. Oh, here it is. So this is a hub that has not been broached yet. And I don't know if you can tell, but it goes right in, it stops right there. I've wiggled it, I beat on it with a hammer. I've gotten really aggressive with it, and that's about as much as I can get out of it. So after the broaching, let me get this thing off here. And it's not perfect yet, but and that's with almost no force. It's almost all the way in. So I'm gonna broach this thing out one more time, 1 or 2 more times, see if I can get it to slide all the way on there without, you know, having any issues or any binding. And then I'm going to try it with the other CRX hub, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I got the lathe going, and I've got some stuff here I want to show you. Let's talk about hubs. Let's talk about all different kinds of hubs, because I got all the fucking hubs. Got all the hubs except for the right ones. So here we have a 2006 to 2014 Honda Insight hub. The bolt pattern is right. However, the spline count is not, nor is the diameter of the axle right there. Let me get a wagon axle. As far as I know, the wagon axles, I think they're the same as one of the generations of CRV, maybe the first generation of CRV. I don't have any CRV hubs yet, but this is the newer Insight hub. So obviously that doesn't work. I can't get the right Insight hubs, we know that. And then here is a 23 spline hub from a CRX that, we just broached out the inside of. And so it fits in there real good now, obviously. The next part is how the hell do we mount this thing, There's nowhere to mount the bearing to. So we got a couple different options here. This is a CRX wheel bearing. I could have machined a nice, race or carrier for this to sit in, but instead I bought Insight bearings because originally I was going to use the Insight hubs. The problem is they no fit. See if I can show you a better angle. This is hard to do holding the camera. They're way off. I still want to use the Insight hubs because then I can bolt them to my trailing arms. I think that'll work out pretty well. So that leads me to this. The main reason I bought this lathe. This is the hub, in the chuck. I got it square. Don't know how I got it square, but it's got good run out. It's like within 1/1000th of an inch. I fucked with it for about 45 minutes. But now I got to start turning this down to where, and I actually kind of already have started turning it down, to where we can slide that in there just like that. I think that's which way it goes. I don't know, I'll have to check the pictures. Either way, I got to machine it down to get it to fit. But then, once I get it to fit, we have hubs so we can start on our trailing arms. So I'm gonna try to get going on this and get at least one of them machined down. It's already like 3:30. I'm gonna be up half the night editing this video and getting it out, but I want to get this part knocked out. So. Alright, so I got a bunch of metal everywhere, but I also have a hub that's within like a couple thousandths of an inch to spec, to what I believe is spec. It's in, what I did was, I don't know the tolerance between something that you press into something, so I ordered a CRX wheel bearing, and it's like 0.02 off from the original diameter on the CRX hub. So what I did was I machined this down to within a couple thousandths of an inch of the Insight hub. So now, the moment of truth, I'm going to try to press it in, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we have hubs, or hybrid hub thingies. Half wannabe CRX hubs and half Insight bearing hubs. It looks like it's going to work out pretty well. The hub did press into the bearing really easy, suspiciously easy. I can't remember the last time I pressed in a new wheel bearing. I don't remember how much of a bitch it was or not. If anybody's pressed in new ones lately with new bearings and new hubs, let me know. I think it's fine. I mean, obviously I can't get it out by hand. There's no playing it or anything, but it was suspicious that it pressed in so easy. I got it really close. I mean, it's in within 0.02 of an inch. So, and I'm not 100% sure, like I said, about the press-in specs on stuff. But either way, I mean, the axle bolts it all together, so it's not like it's going to come out or anything. I'm going to do the next one and leave it just a little bit, you know, maybe like 4 thousandths more than what the idea of the bearing is. And then we'll see how it works. But I think it's going to work out pretty good. I'm starting to see it in my head a little bit better now. So it's Sunday at like 5 o'clock. I've got to run in and edit this video. So that's going to be it for today. I'm sorry for the short video. It's just work has been killing me. I'll try to make up for it this week. I'm just going to leave the RSX outside and not even jack with cleaning up any of this stuff. And then tomorrow I'm going to come out and turn down the next hub and maybe hopefully I can get some footage so we can start making these trailing arms. But this is a big hurdle to overcome, and if it works, it will help me out a whole bunch. This has been the main holdup on making tubular trailing arms. So that being said, once again, we made it on the Honda recap, Honda Vlogs, Honda Vlogs. I say Honda Vlogs, Honda Vlogs, Honda recap for the week last week. Thank you, Christian. Since we made it on there the first time, the channel's well over doubled. We're at like 140 something subscribers right now, whereas the first time we went on, it was like 50. So it's crazy. I appreciate it. To all those that have been sending me messages on Instagram and replying on the videos, thank you. I can't tell you how much it means to me that people enjoy what I'm doing and that they see the hard work that goes into this stuff. So I appreciate y'all. I also got some sample shirts made. They're on their way. Once I get those in and I'm happy with them, then I'll post up a link and put some shirts for sale if anybody wants any. So that's it for this week, guys. I will see y'all next weekend when we were going to start building these trailing arms come hell or high water.